In the previous episode, we explored Shirk Ranch, a historic landmark that didn't feel like an artifact at a museum, but a lonely giant time capsule, waiting for visitors to experience its story. And after a savory sausage gravy and biscuit breakfast prepared by Jason, we visited a nearby grave with its own rich history and made our way to the final destination in this route, the Alvord Desert. From what I recall, it is almost 100 miles of back road travel, consisting of dirt, gravel, small rocks, big rocks, and in some instances, dull, pointy rocks that like to test the strength of the sidewalls on your tires. Admittedly, I would have liked to spend more time on this last leg, and possibly camp one more night before reaching the Alvord Desert playa, but my plans required that I drive for home the next morning, so we had to reach the desert to make camp. And the drive was like a dream. So we finally made it. We're here at the Alvord Desert, one of my favorite places to come to, and the final destination for Jason's route. A slightly over 300-mile route, which is filled with beautiful views, great places to camp, awesome sights, things to visit and explore, and above all, the experience of each place was just breathtaking. But I am here with Jason from the Primal Outdoors channel. So clearly creating a route like this over 300 miles, mostly backcountry, off-road, takes a strong sense of adventure. And just to be able to just read maps and things like, it takes a lot of skill in my opinion to be able to just plot this out. But there must have been some sort of motivation or a spark.
Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, I feel like we watch a lot of YouTube channels and stuff that have like overland, people doing overlanding in areas and places that, you know, probably will never happen for the average dude. Like, you're never going to be able to do that. It's too remote. It's too exotic. You know, I'm just a big, you know, proponent of our public land system. You know, like you just said, like, I love the Alvord Desert. It's a great place. A lot of people love to come out. In fact, we can kind of look around here and see a few people that have adventure rigs like ours and overland rigs. And so it's a great destination. But Bend, Oregon is also one of those kind of trendy mountain towns. A lot of people like to go to it. So knowing the public land like I did, I felt like one day I was like, man, I bet you there's a way that you can get from Bend all the way to the Alvord, all via public land. And I'd already explored some different things in the areas between here. And so I was like, man, if I could just connect those dots and put that all together, that would be a real adventure for everybody. Like anybody that had, you know, lived in the lower 48 and had a good adventure rig could come out and experience a true overland adventure, you know, and really feel doing something that like they see on YouTube with some of these more exotic channels, but be able to have it more accessible to everybody, you know.
Now, in creating this route and plotting it and exploring it, were there some surprises that you didn't expect to find or places?
Oh, yeah.
during?
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the places that I plotted out that I knew, like the A6 Intruder. I'd been there before. I knew that that was there, but I didn't know about Shirk Ranch. I didn't know that was there. And in fact, you know, it was kind of funny when I first pulled up on it. I thought it was a real true house. And I thought, oh man, this trail's all screwed up. I'm running into somebody's home. And then when I pulled up and saw what it was, I was like, oh my man, this is amazing. So yeah, there was definitely some cool surprises along the way for sure. And then just like you said, the views and some of the areas I'd never gone through. And as I went through them, I was like, man, this is just stunning and amazing. I think for the most part, the trail is fairly mild. There are some technical spots, you know, some hills and stuff that are pretty rocky, and some areas where you're definitely going to want to make sure you have a good quality, fresh tire on your vehicle because it's really rocky. But again, there's also along the trip, there's some places that, like, especially if you're new to overlanding and you find that, well, maybe I'm not as prepared as I thought I was, or this is becoming a little bit too much and I need to rethink. You know, there's definitely places you can pop off the trail, get back on the highway, or if you find that you need some supplies, there's some couple towns that are very small, but they do have some basic supplies that you can route off of the route a little bit and be able to take care of anything that you might have came up along the way that you weren't planned. So I think it's a great trail for somebody that is very experienced in overlanding, and I also think it's a great trail for people to just kind of getting their feet wet with overlanding. And
actually, if you guys haven't seen Suffering the West, Donald's video yet,
yeah,
they went previous year, the one I missed out on, which I really wanted to go, but the environment was actually flipped. They started off with nice weather and they ended up with a lot of snow.
Right.
And Donald he has a Forester, which is an all-wheel drive vehicle, and he has a little lift on it with nice all-terrain tires. Now, I think, yeah, like what you said, if, you know, with some experience, but it doesn't have to be the craziest rig.
Right. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You know, like I said, Donald's Forester did great on that trip, and like I said, it was not. We started off with very beautiful weather, very dusty, and like literally a snap of a finger overnight, we went from t-shirts to wearing jackets, and it was snowing and raining and muddy. So again, that's just where you have to kind of be aware. But like you said, you know, a good vehicle with decent clearance, good tires, at least probably all-wheel drive, you know, and you should be able to accomplish this trail.
If someone wanted to try to do this trail, how can they find out information on it?
I do have a complete post on my website, and it has GPX files and everything, but it also kind of talks a little bit about the trail and some of the different areas that you might be interested in checking out along the route. But yeah, there's a GPX file. You should be able to download it into any mapping software and have a complete route to follow.
Is there anything else you want to add about this route?
Just, you know, enjoy the route, stay on the roads, don't, you know, pick up after yourself, don't, if you got Shirk Ranch, don't take anything, leave it as you see them, and hopefully this route will be something cool for many overlanders to come for a long time.
I'm going to be going home because this expedition is done for me, but since Jason is a full-time overlander, basically, you're looking to extend the route.
Yeah, so actually, yeah, you're heading out here, but tomorrow Donald with Off-Roading the West is going to rejoin me again, and we plan to extend the route about another 250 miles.
Yeah, so that's going to be an expedition times 2 right there.
Yeah, so yeah, really, really awesome. We're lucky to have public land, guys, and we need to protect it with everything we've got.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. All right, Jason, thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.
It was a good trip.
It was a good trip, buddy. I'm glad you came with me.
With a 7-hour drive ahead of me, I look forward to seeing my family back at home, but I also look back at the past week with gratitude. Thankful for the public lands that we are able to explore, but more importantly, thankful for my friend Jason, who has allowed me to join on this excellent adventure. If you haven't done so already, check out his channel for great videos, and if you want to try this route yourself, check out his webpage for details. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you. I look forward to sharing more with you. But for now, as always, be safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.